Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 44, day 3 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive, Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you can buy at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. If you love essential oils and aromatherapy, if you love positive affirmations and music therapy, I think you're going to absolutely love this book. It's simple in its format and profound in the changes it can help us all make. So, the affirmation that we have been concentrating on the entire week is I'm expressing easily. So, concentrating on knowing our thoughts and our feelings first, connecting with our thoughts and our feelings, and expressing them, hopefully in kind and loving ways. The affirmation for today is I am gentle with my self-talk so I can learn. I just watched a new clip that came out by my church. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and they had this beautiful clip on being our own best friends, on self-talk, on not letting ourselves berate ourselves, not letting ourselves just constantly dwell on our weaknesses or our imperfections, right? We want to be our own best friend. And how would you treat your best friend? You'd say how beautiful and how smart they are. You'd cheer them toward their goals. You'd let them know, hey, you know what? That was just when they have minor setbacks or even major ones. We'd be like, hey, that's just a setback. That's not the real you. Keep going. If it was a setback in where they wanted to be personally, or even if it was a setback in business, I know you can do this. Keep going. So that's who we really want to be with ourselves. We want to be our own best friends. We're not beating ourselves up. We are not listening to the negative voices that sometimes happen in our head. We are shutting down those negative voices, and we are listening to the positive and the uplifting. I love how it says, I am gentle with my self-talk so I can learn. Is everything going to be perfect? No. Are we perfect? No. Am I telling us that we should try to convince ourselves that we're perfect? No, we all have faults, and we can gently acknowledge them. We can say, oh, you know what? It's time to clean our room. Our room's dirty. Or, you know what? We can actually, we've been sleeping in a little bit late, and, let's get up a little bit earlier and get a few more things done during the day. Or, we've been pushing ourselves really hard lately, and that's been making us grumpy. And so that we don't have enough emotional energy to deal with things, it's time to stop pushing ourselves so much and maybe to take a nap or to get to bed earlier, or maybe we do need to, the extra hour of sleep in the morning. Whatever it is, it's time to look at ourselves, but with hope and with patience. I love that this clip that my church put out said that everyone deserves to be treated with patience and hope and forgiveness, and that includes ourselves. So, being gentle with our self-talk. Now, the music therapy song for today is You'll Never Walk Alone. That's the song we're going to be concentrating on actually for the entire week. My favorite song when it comes to being gentle with ourselves is a song by Gentle by Michael McLean, talking about we're gentle with others and we can be gentle with ourselves too. I'll put that into the comments for all of us. The diffuser blend that we've been diffusing the whole entire week is 2 drops of juniper berry, which is the oil of the unknown. It helps us have courage and strength to face the unknown. And we have unknown things every day, sometimes every hour. Like, the world often does go sideways on us, and we learn how to deal in new ways. So juniper berry, beautiful oil to help us face the unknown. Clove, the oil of the oil of boundaries. And then eucalyptus, the oil of wellness. Now, we talked about the emotional and physical benefits of juniper berry and clove already this week on Monday and Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking about the beautiful emotional and physical benefits of eucalyptus essential oil. So I think that most of you know that eucalyptus is most closely associated with Australia, where it grows in basically every one of their provinces or states. I'm so sorry, Australia. I don't know what you call your little divisions in your country, but anyway, the research that I show that the eucalyptus tree really does grow in every single one of those divisions. Centuries ago, I want to give you some background on eucalyptus, and then we'll dive into the benefits. Centuries ago, the eucalyptus tree was thought to cleanse the environment. So the frail and the sickly would choose to live where the fragrant trees grow. And what happens is when the sun heats up those leaves, they release this beautiful, beautiful healing smell. The Australian Aborigines crushed eucalyptus leaves and then would use that in wounds to help promote healing. They also used the leaves to fight infection and to relieve muscular pain. In India, eucalyptus is used to cool fever and fight contagious diseases. And in the Western, people have been using it too. You can hop online and see how some Western surgeons have been using it to wash out cavities in operations. And today, eucalyptus is used in many different types of products, from vapor rubs to cold remedies. Many veterinarians and dentists also are incorporating eucalyptus in their practices. The essential oil comes from the leaves, and that's important to know because leaves typically help with, they're the respiratory parts of the plant, and they typically help with our respiration too. The scent has a sweet, menthol, and woody smell. So again, I wish you were here. I wish you were here to smell this oil. It's a beautiful, beautiful, relaxing oil. Eucalyptus was actually found used in World War I to stave off infections and fight influenza. A fun fact is, in the 19th century, eucalyptus trees were called fever trees because they destroyed the breeding ground of the malaria mosquito. I guess the mosquito that carried malaria. The tree grows fast and uses up large amounts of water, and thus large trees can turn swampland into usable land, and also rid areas of mosquitoes in the process. Wildfire is a feature that is often goes through the Australian landscape, and a gift of the eucalyptus tree is that they adapt to fire. In fact, when a fire sometimes comes through and burns the eucalyptus forests, the same trees will either resprout, or their seeds will recolonize that ground. So eucalyptus is a very resilient tree. The eucalyptus that doTERRA uses is the Eucalyptus radiata, and it is known as narrow leaf peppermint, although it's part of the eucalyptus family, and is known to be milder on the skin and also higher in cineol, which is also called eucalyptol. And so it's higher in cineol than some of the other species of eucalyptus, which is particularly, and cineol is particularly helpful for colds and congestion, just helping to get the gunk out of our lungs. So eucalyptus, it's a beautiful oil that's been used by native people around the world for centuries. So most of us are most familiar with using eucalyptus for our respiratory system, right? It's from a leaf, and that makes sense that it's going to be helpful to our respiratory system. It supports easy breathing. So, whether you have gunk in your lungs that you're trying to get out, whether you're just having a hard time breathing and you want some more breathing support, whether you have seasonal, maybe you get sneezy, runny eyes, watery eyes in the spring, maybe in the fall, eucalyptus can help with that. It can help relieve congestion. You can put it in your shower or in a bath to help relieve congestion. Or you could just put a little bit of drop of eucalyptus on your finger and put that on either side of your nose and maybe surrounding your sinus cavities. Anyway, definitely, woo, I can totally feel that opening up my breathing. Even though I didn't put it on my chest, I just put it around my sinus cavities, right? And, anyway, definitely helps with easier breathing. Okay, eucalyptus is very cooling in nature. Remember how some of the natives called it fever tree? Well, and how is it India? They used it to calm down fevers. So it can be one of the best essential oils to help calm down fevers. Usually I reach for my peppermint because I think we kind of tend to reach for the essential oil that we use first, that we get to know first. So I kind of got to know peppermint first before I got to know eucalyptus. But eucalyptus is beautiful at helping to calm down those fevers. It can also help our bodies cool off in the summertime. Putting a couple eucalyptus It is a strong analgesic, and it can be applied alone or it can be applied as part of a discomfort blend. It's great for muscle aches, headaches, when your hands get sore, when your ear is aching. It's also great to help balance out menstrual flow, and two, it's beautiful to help with menstrual cramps. It can be great to use for with those who have chickenpox or with shingles because it is so pain relieving. So putting a couple drops of eucalyptus into like a quarter cup Epsom salts, getting into a bath with that, maybe adding a little bit of lavender, seeing if that can help calm down the system a little bit, would be beautiful support for people who have those conditions. Eucalyptus is antiseptic and can help get rid of airborne bacteria when diffused. You can also put a couple drops into a spray bottle, maybe like 5 drops into a spray bottle, and use that to clean your counters, getting rid of the germs and helping to sanitize your counters. It's also a beautiful, that would be a beautiful spray to also clean out, spray down and clean out your garbage cans. And this is why, because it's so good at sanitizing and because it's so good at killing the germs that cause the odors. So it's going to help get rid of like the nasty odors as well. And then lastly, eucalyptus can be wonderful if you have mold problems to help stop the mold growth. So you can put 5 drops of eucalyptus oil into your vacuum cleaner or onto a surface. Like if any place you see mold, you can definitely put some eucalyptus on. Now yesterday we learned that clove was an amazing oil for help killing mold too. So doing a combination of 2 drops eucalyptus, 2 drops clove on a damp cloth and scrubbing that, see if that doesn't help take away the mold issue. Eucalyptus is beautiful for wound care. Do you remember how in the beginning I said that the Aborigines would crush the leaves and use it in wounds to help them heal better and without infection? So it can be beautiful, a beautiful oil to use for people who have blisters, boils, cuts, cold sores, insect bites, ulcers, wounds, abscesses, athlete's foot, or bacterial dermatitis. It can be beautifully supportive to help people with those conditions. Eucalyptus is great for breast health. Put a couple of drops into 2 tablespoons coconut oil, olive oil, and rub that in for better breast health. It's also very good for bad breath. So you can put 1 to 2 drops into some water, gargle with that, and then go ahead and spit that out. Eucalyptus is great for helping to balance blood sugar. I would put a couple of drops into some carrier oil and put that on your feet where your reflexology points are for your pancreas. If you're using it for that, it's great for skin irritations. A couple of drops into a carrier oil, rub it on where your skin is feeling irritated. And it's also supposed to be helpful for cellulite. And again, put it into your carrier oil. I would say coconut oil, rub it in. Eucalyptus is great to use on spider bites, and it's also really good to use in your shampoo to help. You know, when you go back to school and the people, the children just like share combs and things, little bugs tend to spread over everyone's hair. Well, I don't think everyone's hair, but you know, it kind of seems to go through schools a lot. Well, we're going back into school, so it's always nice to know what to use for that. Go ahead, put a few drops into your shampoo or into your conditioner to help with that concern. Okay, eucalyptus is beautiful at repelling insects. Remember how it's used for spider bites? Well, in my studies, I've learned that a lot of things that are good for repelling are also good for treating. And so it's great to help repel flies and dust mites. It's good to help repel carpenter ants and termites and cockroaches. So you can definitely add it to your DIY insect repellent sprays. And it has also been found to be very good at repelling rats and mice. So you can put, I would put like 10 to 15 drops into a spray bottle. Spray that around wherever you see signs of mice. Put it around your openings where you think that the mice might be getting in. I'm hoping you don't have a rat problem, but if you have a rat problem, do the same thing. Put it where you see any signs of rats, and put it where you around openings where mice or rats might get in. Okay, so I think that we've covered all of the physical properties of the eucalyptus. So we're about to hop on or into the beautiful emotional properties of eucalyptus. The first thing you need to know, remember how it was so good for our breathing. while eucalyptus is also good to help our emotional respiratory system. So in traditional Chinese medicine, they think that we store our sadness in our lungs. So if you are working through some sad times, and we all have sad times, if you're working through some sad times, diffusing eucalyptus essential oil can be wonderful. Talking about breathing and our respiratory system. Our breathing lets our body know how we're doing emotionally. Is when we're scared or when we're sad. When we're scared, we might hold our breath, or when we're sad, our breathing might become shallow and short. And so, opening up our lung area, taking some calming breaths with eucalyptus can remind our bodies we are okay, and no matter what is going on, we're going to get through it. Just like we remind people when they're stressed, okay, breathe, breathe. Breathing is beautiful to help remind our bodies everything's going to be okay, and we are going to get through whatever it is. Having better respiration and deeper respiration as opposed to more shallow respiration can help get more oxygen to our brains too. So when they're functioning better, we're making better decisions, and two, we're a little bit more alert and more conscious about what is going on around us. Eucalyptus is great to use for those who are meditating or doing yoga, because so much of yoga is about just breathing. So much of meditation is about calming down, breathing deeper, and being more focused on the things that we want to focus on. Eucalyptus can help us to again be a little bit more focused in our minds and see the opportunities that are out there and release some of the fears that we had. In fact, if you just wanted to meditate with eucalyptus, you can say, I am breathing in the good and the beneficial, and I am breathing out everything that harms me or everything that doesn't serve me any longer. Just breathing in the good and the beneficial, and breathing out anything that harms you today or has harmed you in the past, anything that no longer serves you today. Breathing that out, letting it go. Because eucalyptus is so good at increasing our oxygen and creating better cerebral blood flow, it is great to help clear out brain fog. It can encourage us to enjoy and be present in every moment in life. It can have antidepressant action by relieving mental strain and fatigue. It can encourage us to face our problems. There are some of us who don't like facing problems, right? They just want to say, oh, you know what, problem, let's just sweep it under the rug, or problem, let me run away from it, or problem, it's not fixable, so we're not even going to look at it. Like, we're not even going to look at the elephant in the room. Whereas eucalyptus, with how relaxing and opening it is, and clarifying to our minds it is, it can help remind us that, hey, we have problems like everyone does, right? I have tons of problems. I'm going to guess that you have a few too, and we don't have to ignore them. We can see each of these problems. We can brainstorm on how to fix them. We can brainstorm if maybe certain problems in life can't be fixed, right? So we can brainstorm better how to deal with them. But we don't need to pretend like our problems aren't there. Okay. And eucalyptus can help us open up to that type of idea. that we don't have to pretend that our problems aren't there. Eucalyptus is great for helping us release negative emotions. It's great for to help us release resentments without explosions of temper or hostility. Just say, hey, you know what, I have this resentment. How can I work through it? It's time to release it. Eucalyptus encourages us to be steadfast and to tap into our inner strength and our survival spirit. Remember that story that I told you? How it is such a beautiful tree to come back after forest fires, right? It reminds us that, you know what, we can be burned to the ground, and we can still survive, and we can still thrive. Our past doesn't have to define us, and how other people treat us or how other circumstances have treated us in the past does not define us. Eucalyptus can be beautiful for cleansing out of space after there's been something negative happen there. Maybe there's been an argument, a fight, or any tension. Diffusing eucalyptus can bring in that calming, opening energy to help people, you know, apologize and say, and really look at problems and say, you know what, I actually had a part in that problem. Let me acknowledge that and let me make amends. It can soothe anger and it can help calm hot-headedness. It is great for people who have problems expressing themselves. Some people, and my heart goes out to people like this. Some people have a hard time expressing when they need something or when they want something. They have a hard time expressing when they've been hurt or when they're afraid or when they're sad. Like, I can possibly go into all the reasons why people might have a hard time expressing themselves. Yet, with knowing that each person's situation in that situation might have stemmed from a different experience or might come from a different aspect of them, still, eucalyptus oil is beautiful to help us calm down and help us realize, you know, if we have a need and we don't tell someone about it, you know, chances are it's not getting met. So let's risk. Let's be vulnerable. Let's tell people about our needs. Let's tell people about the things that hurt us or things that scare us. Let's be vulnerable so that people do have the chance to reach out, so that we have the chance to actually overcome some things, right? So eucalyptus can be beautifully helpful to people in those circumstances. It's also helpful to people who don't tend to tell the truth. Some people, I don't know. Calm down and start treating ourselves and other people with respect, and that entails telling the truth. Okay, eucalyptus can help with the calming down of that. Eucalyptus can strip away doubts in our abilities, and it can remove hesitation. It can help calm down the fears and help push us forward. And lastly, this is a repeat, it can help us find our survivor spirit. So, blending eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is great to diffuse all on its own, but it also is beautiful to blend with so many different things. If you're looking for something calming, Eucalyptus and lavender is a beautiful, beautiful blend. If you're looking for something uplifting, blending eucalyptus with lemon is a beautifully uplifting blend. If you're looking for something that will wake you up, blending eucalyptus with peppermint, gracious. It's going to have that beautiful Arctic type of scent that's going to help wake you up. If you're looking for something to help you calm down, relax, and tell your truth better, open up to vulnerability, open up to honesty, then blending it with cypress or Roman chamomile can help. So, and finally, if you're looking for other affirmations that you can say when it comes to using eucalyptus, you can say, as I breathe in, I see the obstacles in life dissolving effortlessly. I'm going to say that again. As I breathe in, I see the obstacles in life dissolving effortlessly. And another affirmation that you might want to use is, my soul is soothed when I remember to breathe. And then putting a drop on your hands and just rubbing that into your hands, and then just cupping your hands and smelling that. My soul is soothed as I remember to breathe. Anyway, 2 more affirmations that you can use when you're using your eucalyptus essential oil. Some of the other negative emotions that eucalyptus oil can help with is when you're feeling clingy, right? Which usually comes from a place of fear. Again, relaxing that fear. When you're feeling defeated or despairing, when you have a desire to escape from life's responsibilities, when you're feeling imprisoned, or when you're feeling powerless to heal. You are not powerless. You are a child of God, and as such, you are connected with a God who is all powerful. And as we connect with Him, we can find the power to heal all things, whether in this life or in the life to come. I know that all things will be healed. Can be healed, will be healed. I guess we'd have to choose healing, right? So if we don't choose healing, then I don't know that they will. I don't think God forces His will on other people. Okay, the positive properties that eucalyptus could help bring in is having faith in our ability to heal, feeling whole, having integrity. That goes back to that honesty part. Feeling liberated, feeling responsible, right? Taking responsibility for the things that we do, the thoughts that we think, the words that we say, and feeling encouraged. Eucalyptus, it's a beautiful oil, both emotionally and physically, for so many different reasons. Okay, so that's a little bit more about our eucalyptus. I'm reminding you that our diffuser blend that we're diffusing this whole week is 2 drops of juniper berry, the oil that helps us with the unknown, 2 drops of clove, the oil that helps us with setting and maintaining boundaries, and 2 drops of eucalyptus, the oil of wellness. And the song for the entire week is You'll Never Walk Alone. I'm going to put, yesterday I've given you 2 different versions. This time I'm giving you a 3rd version that just came out this year. Addressing the situation that's going around in the world where so many of us are at home and so many of us feel alone. Reminding us that we never walk alone. The affirmation for today is, I'm gentle with my self-care so I can learn. And my favorite song for that is Gentle by Michael McLean. I'll put that in the comments for you too. And then the affirmation for the entire week is, I am expressing easily. Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is perfect for this for our affirmation for the week because it helps us calm down, open up, and be better able to express our thoughts and our feelings with courage and kindness. Eucalyptus is a beautiful oil to help us express easily. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that we have this incredible ability with God to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.